Hello everyone and welcome to day 6 of my 21 days of stamps and giveaways videos. So today's stamp it's called Mixtape. It is from the Brutus Monroe new release, the June release 2019, and this is Mixtape. It's a background stamp and it's all these cassette tapes. It's really, really, really cool. So we're going to use that, and I'm also going to be using the June stamp of the month, which is this cassette tape, and it has like these little sentiments you could put on top of the cassette tape, which is really awesome. So just so you guys know, the stamp of the month, it's a $5 monthly membership, and you get 15% off of Brutus Monroe products all the time just for being a subscriber. So that's really cool. So we're gonna use that along with this for one of our projects today. All right, so we're gonna just dig right in here. And the first thing we're gonna do is take this. This is just a white card base. So what I want to do for this is take some of these inks. We're going to use 5 different colors, and we're just going to kind of blend them across the front of the card. So I think that's going to be really fun. I'm going to just take a piece of white paper. This is just copy paper. So I think I'm going to start with the zest, which is yellow. And we're going to do kind of like a stripe pattern, I would say. Just ink it up, you know, just kind of like that. And then let's get my blender board. Grab another foam. This is the Brutus Monroe blender board, you guys, if you didn't know. It's a really great tool. You can take your ink foams, stick them right on there for storage, and it holds. It's amazing. Amazing. So let me just get a fresh one. And I think maybe we'll go into this sea color. So I hope you guys are having a great day. It's super sunny outside here in Pittsburgh today. It's so nice, but I'm in a nice air-conditioned craft room talking to you guys. Fun. Okay, so we're gonna just get a little more of that, right? All right, so we have some C on there. And let's get another little foam and go into the rouge. So basically what we're doing here is making a background, a colorful background that we are just going to stamp over. Because this stamp has so much like detail to it, I think that it's going to look really cool when we're all said and done to have these colors kind of like poking through. This is orange. I tried to pick like the brighter colors. This one is called Jack-o'-lantern. It's a really great orange. This is Envy. It's like a cool green, you can see. So, I mean, this might not like look like much right at the moment, but I promise you, I think it's going to turn out really cool. And this is aubergine. So it's actually 6 inks that we're using. I think I said 5 initially, but it's going to be 6. kind of really overtook that zest a little bit, but that's okay. All right, so now that we have done this little part, let me set the blender board aside. Whoop. Okay, grab our Misty. We're gonna stick this right into the Misty. My Misty is such a mess, you guys. Yeesh. So I think we're gonna have to put the magnet like all the way over here. Well, maybe not. Yeah, right. We'll do it like this. See exactly where this stamp lies. Oh, good. So there's gonna be like some background. Perfect. This is gonna work out stunningly. All right. So let's peel it off. Oof. This is a fresh one, guys. I can't even get it off. Boy, oh boy. All right, so if you can see, there's like little 90s on here. So you want to make sure that you like kind of line that up correctly. All right, so I think that looks good. So I think what I'm going to do, because it's just such a fresh stamp, I am going to ink it up and just stamp it onto this paper really quick. Just because I don't want, I mean, I know I'm going to have to stamp it 2 times and I don't want to mess it up. I don't want it to move. But this is a stamp you really have to ink this up because there are a lot of details on here. A lot. Okay, I think that's gonna, we'll see what happens here. Give her a little press. And again, make sure you really press this because there's so much detail to it. Oh my God, you guys, look how cool that looks. And that's not even on her card. I'm in love. Absolutely in love with this. All right, so let's re-ink it up. Now that we kind of gave her a little condition. Okay. Oh, wow, you guys. Look at that. I actually kind of like that little vintagey look to it, but I'm going to get it one more time just because I want to make sure all this detail is like really pronounced. Right. Slap her on. Give her a little pressure. Okay. Oh my gosh, you guys, look. So you have this like really cool, like colorful background on a stamp. And honestly, we're leaving this card just the way it is. Plain, it's just like a plain white card base. We just a little bit of ink on it and stamp that right on it. That detail is so cool. I mean, we could add a sentiment to this later or whatever, but I think we're just gonna let it go just as is, like this, because I really like it. I don't want to interrupt any of that. Because you could write a really cool note inside. Like, this is a super cool card. Like, you could use it for anything. All right, moving right along. So I'm gonna need to clean this off because for our next project, we are going to be doing some embossing. Because I want to see this stamp like embossed. I think it's going to look so cool. But we just want to make sure that we get a lot of this black ink off of here. Which, I mean, to be completely honest, we're embossing onto black paper, so it's really not that huge of a deal, I guess. But it's still good to be in the habit of cleaning your stamps, right? Right. Okay. Just make sure it's really dry. And then we're good. Alright, so I've pre-cut a piece of a card. This is a card layer. And it's actually, let's do it this way. We'll just take it off. So it's gonna go kind of like that. And get our embossing ink. Where did I put my little map? Oh, there it is. Magic bag. Magic bag time. All right, so I'm hoping that it got it pretty good because since I pre-cut this, I wasn't thinking, and I'm not gonna be able to stamp that twice. So let's see what happened. If it didn't work out, we'll just have to get another piece of black paper, I think. I should have actually stamped it and then cut it, now that I'm thinking about this. But normally the stamps I use aren't that big. Oh no, I think it worked. Look at that, you guys. Right? Right. Heat her up. Heat her up. Heat her up. There it goes. Look at that, you guys. I think that looks really cool. And the parts that like kind of didn't hit it with the embossing ink, it's still, because the stamp is like the 90s, it has like a little bit of a vintage feel. I absolutely adore this. Okay, so before we move on, we're going to do something else. Yes, I said we're going to do something else. Something that I think is going to be totally cool. So we're going to do another embossing on this. Is just a black card base. Make sure this is lined up. Looks good to me. This time I should, in fact, be able to press this 2 times because I have the magnet and it's like a larger piece of paper, so it won't move. All right, let's hope for the best. Awesome. So it looks, like there was like almost an air bubble or something in my stamp. I must not have it pressed down correctly. So we're just gonna do it again. Okay. Great. I think that's going to be good enough for what we're doing. And we are going to emboss this with Icicle, which is clear embossing powder. Just use the whole jar. So that's what it looks like before we heat it. Let's get our powder back in. Our precious, precious powder. All right, and then we'll just heat this one up too. Wow. The good thing with clear on black paper is that as it starts to change, like it literally turns clear. So you really know when you got it good. And you really get like the amazing detail. Like, I don't know if you guys can see that quite yet, but I'm gonna show you here when we're done. A little more like up close, so you can see how cool this is. Look, you guys. See, I sure think there's a piece there. Okay. So as you can see, it's like really, really, it's like makes it like really shiny. Awesome, look at that. It's so cool. So we're actually gonna do something with this in a little bit. I'm gonna set that off to the side for the moment. Let it cool off, let it do its little thing. We're just gonna real quick clean up our mixtape stamp, because I think that we're good with this and we can take it off, because we're gonna use the stamp of the month to finish up this card with the white embossing. Really trying to clean this good. You guys, the detail of this stamp, it just like is amazing to me, don't you think? And there's so much you can do with it. Like you could use it as, like I said, you can use it as just a background. You could use it as the whole card. Like the sky's the limit, really. Don't you agree? All right, peel it off. Get it put back onto its backing. So we always, you know, have this. All right, we're gonna set this over here. And we're gonna grab our Brutus Monroe Stamp of the Month. So for now, I'm just gonna need the cassette. That's it. Just gonna take this little cassette. And I'm going to grab a piece of black cardstock. But you know what? Let me just dust out my mistake. I guess you could take this out, really. Flip it over. I'm just going to dust it off. Okay. So I'm just going to pop this in. Put our magnet on. And, so I'm just gonna stamp this out 3 times. That's all. That's all. 3 times. With embossing. Because I want to emboss it. I think it's gonna look fun. It might have been a little excessive with the bag. And then we'll go down here. And let's just move our stamp. Bam. Get our alabaster again. Oop. Perfect, you guys. I'm excited. All right. So now we're just gonna heat these right on up. right. So again, let's just clean up our stamp in our area so we can just move along. So the next step that we're going to do is fussy cut these 3 little cassette tapes out, which is probably one of my least favorite things to do. I'm not a fan of fussy cutting. I don't think I'm that good at it. But we are gonna work through this today. So, whoop, got that on. All right. Get rid of that. You can take a little paintbrush and dust off any extra particles. And now, anyone that has like a scan and cut, I'm sure you could do this on that. Which, I don't know if that makes life easier or not. I'd imagine for something that's a little more intricate, it probably does. But these are literally just rectangles. It's not as bad as I had anticipated. I think some people are really good at fussy cutting. So if there's something I really want to do with fussy cutting, a lot of times I'll just, you know, like stamp it out, color it maybe, and then just like sit in my living room and cut out the pieces for later. It's like kind of relaxing, I guess would be the right word. All right. So look, we're already on to the 3rd one. These scissors, these Brutus Monroe scissors, work really well for this though. Because it's like a nice, like smaller scissor, which it's way easier to do than using like a large handled pair of scissors. Perfect. All right, so let's set our black piece of paper aside. So now we have our 3 little cassette tapes. Awesome, right? So I'm thinking maybe we should use one of these little sentiments. So this one says, "You will rock this." So I think what we shall do here, let's take, I don't know, let's take this one. And this, I think this is gonna be difficult, but hopefully not. You will put this bar magnet right on it. Okay. You will rock this. Now let me try to position this right into that. So hopefully that's where it's supposed to go. We're gonna find out, right? So I'm just gonna hit this with some alabaster ink. Boop, 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 boop. Let's see if it works, you guys. Oh my God, it's so cool. I'm just gonna do it one more time, because you know me. Awesome. You guys, that's really cool. I really like that you can put that little tiny sentiment on there. Here I go, cleaning up again. All right, so the rest of this card is gonna be so simple. We are done with the hard part. I can't even call it hard, honestly. I think it was really easy. So let's just put this back. I am very meticulous about making sure to put these little sentiment strips right back into stamps, because I've lost them before. And it's like, once it's in the craft room abyss, it's just like gone. Gone for good. All right, let's just throw a little heat on there. Make sure that ink is nice and dry. But look at it, you can see it, you guys. How cool is that? You will rock this. Awesome. All right, so I have pre-cut some pieces for our card here. So we are going to put our background on this really cool black glitter stock. So I think for that, I'm gonna use, what am I gonna use? Let's use the foam tape. Let's do that. I don't have the black foam tape. I really wish I did, because it would just really coordinate with this. But I don't have it, alas. We shall use white. Because I was gonna use the foam squares, but I think we'll use those for the cassettes. Ooh. Bam, wham, bam. Is it this way? Or is it let's do it this way. Awesome. All right, and then on the back, I'm just gonna adhere it to a card base with some tape runner. And we're gonna use a really cool pink card base, because I think it goes along with the whole theme here, the little punk rock, rock and roll, 90s. All right. So maybe we'll do this. Maybe the first one I'm gonna put on with the tape runner, so it's like flush with the card. So just like that. And then for this one, do two little foam squares. Ooh. Kind of just like do one of these jobs, little off center. And then for the little sentiment, we're just gonna, again, do two little foam squares. Well, I don't know if we're gonna call this the sentiment. I guess it's the sentiment because it has words on it. It says, "You will rock this." Maybe we even do that a little off. No, yeah, we'll do it like that. All right, guys, so that is our card. I think it looks super cool. You have all that like vintagey detail. You will rock this. The cassette tapes are raised. That's awesome. All right, so back to our real quick. This is just our little, you dust off all the, any extra embossing. So I don't know if you're watching one of them, but I did a little trick with some foil and clear embossing powder, and I said I was going to try it again, figure out maybe a different way to do it. So I think the trick, all right, so that kind of like just fits, you guys. So let me just fold this in half. We're going to place it in here. So I think the biggest part of this is having enough pressure. So I'm also going to just shove behind here another piece of cardstock. You have the foil, it's like almost exact, right on top, and this was the one we clear and heat embossed. So what I'm gonna do is stick this through my laminator, which is above. You guys can't see it, but there are a few extra layers of cardstock this time. So my goal is to see if that makes a difference because it's like more pressurized. I think that will help. We'll see. It might not work, but I'm thinking it's going to. And I'm just gonna run it through 2 times. I've had my laminator heating up the entire time, so it should be good and hot, which is another key to foiling. You wanna make sure that your laminator is like nice and hot when you go to use it. So, don't forget. Don't forget. Always keep it nice and hot. All right, so it's almost out for the 2nd time. I'm so excited to see if this works, you guys. You have no idea. So, all right. Fill out our little extra layer that we didn't use today. It's a piece of paper, and this is the purple sketch foil from Brutus, Monroe. It's an extra piece I have. Let's see. Oh my God, you guys. Look at that. Holy guacamole. You can see that it like definitely took to it. So where's my little, sometimes when you foil you have to dust off any like excess pieces, especially for a technique like this where it's like not fully the right way to do this. But yeah, so you kind of capture that image with the foil and you see it on there. It's actually really cool. So I think that worked out pretty well. So I'm just gonna leave this as is. It was just really my experiment card for the day. It's super shiny, and the parts that like didn't collect the foil, it still has that shine from the clear embossing powder because it's on black paper. So super awesome. So just to recap, oh, I didn't do the giveaway today, you guys. Oh my goodness. What am I thinking? So today's giveaway, since I use this so much, is going to be the Brutus Monroe magic powder bag. That's going to be today's giveaway. In order to get the giveaway, all you have to do is subscribe to my channel, comment on this video, share this video, all right? So, thank you guys for watching. We're gonna do a quick little recap. So, the first thing we did today is we did some ink blending on just the back of a plain white card base, and then we stamped over the mixed tape stamp. Then we did some heat embossing with the mixed tape, and then we did the Brutus Monroe stamp of the month for June right onto this card, and then we did a little clear embossing onto some black paper and put it through the laminator, and look at that. We have a foiled image of that stamp. Stunning, you guys. So again, thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe, comment, so you can be entered into today's giveaway, and we will see you a little later for day 7. Thanks, guys. Goodbye.